Once upon a time, in a picturesque mountain village, there lived two young climbers named Aria and Leo. Both were passionate about scaling the highest peaks and sought to prove themselves as the best climbers in the region. To them, success was measured by how quickly they could conquer a mountain. One sunny morning, the village announced a climbing competition to the top of the majestic Mount Arlin. Aria and Leo, determined to outshine each other, eagerly signed up. As the day of the race approached, excitement buzzed through the village, and a large crowd gathered to witness the event. The wise elder of the village, known for his profound insights, had also come to observe. He watched the climbers with keen interest as they prepared for their ascent. The race began, and both Aria and Leo darted up the mountain with unmatched speed and agility. They were neck and neck, pushing themselves to their limits. The crowd cheered loudly, their voices echoing through the valleys. Halfway up the mountain, Aria noticed a young girl struggling on the rocky path. She had ventured up the mountain alone and now found herself unable to continue. Aria hesitated for a moment, torn between her desire to win and her instinct to help. Meanwhile, Leo continued his ascent, his focus solely on reaching the peak first. He didn't notice the girl or the struggle she was facing. Aria made her decision. She turned back, approached the girl, and offered her hand. "Don't worry, we'll do this together," she said with a reassuring smile. The girl, relieved and grateful, took Aria's hand, and they began climbing together. The crowd watched in awe as Aria sacrificed her lead to help the young girl. The wise elder smiled, recognizing the true essence of the journey. As Aria and the girl progressed, Leo reached the peak. He stood triumphant, expecting thunderous applause and cheers. But the crowd remained silent, their eyes fixed on Aria's act of kindness below. When Aria and the girl finally reached the top, the crowd erupted into cheers. The elder stepped forward, his voice calm but powerful, and addressed the climbers. "Leo, you have indeed reached the peak first, but Aria has climbed higher in a different sense. Success is not just about being the fastest or the strongest, it's about the journey and those you help along the way." Leo, realizing the depth of the elder's words, felt a pang of regret. He approached Aria and the young girl, offering his congratulations and an apology for his narrow focus. Aria, with a warm smile, accepted his words. "We all climb our own mountains, but it's the connections we make and the people we help that truly define our success." The village celebrated Aria's selflessness and Leo's newfound understanding. From that day forward, the climbers of the village were not just measured by their speed or strength, but by their compassion and willingness to help others. As the sun set behind Mount Arlin, the wise elder spoke one final time, his voice carrying a message that resonated with everyone present. In the race of life, it's not about who reaches the top first, but how we lift others on our way up. And so, the village learned that the greatest journey is one where we all rise together, hand in hand, heart to heart.